Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video guys. So in today's video I'll be showing you how to make the at-home version of my mango barbecue sauce, and I'll be showing you how to use this mango barbecue sauce to make some mango barbecue wings. So if you want to see how all this gets made in Roma's kitchen, stick around right after this intro. Okay guys, so here I have 9 wings, 9 flats that is. They have been nicely washed, and now I'm going to season by adding 2 tablespoons of my orange seasoning blend, and I'll be linking that video somewhere here for you guys. So next I'll be adding to this 1 tablespoon of all-purpose powder seasoning. Then I'll be adding a pinch of paprika, a pinch of salt, and a pinch of pepper. Now I like to see my wings brown, so I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of browning, and if you do not have browning you can go ahead and use 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. So now here I'm just massaging all this seasoning in or on my wings just to make sure that it's all nice and coated, and I'll be resting this in the fridge guys overnight. But if you'll be seasoning this the same day that you want to bake them, just go ahead and at least season this 30 minutes prior to baking.
The next day.
Okay, so this is my tray. I'm not spraying my tray or adding oil to my tray, anything like that. I'm just going to be resting the wings on the tray as is, and I made sure to remove the wings from the fridge at least 30 minutes prior to baking. You want to do that because you do not want ice cold wings going in the oven. So that's what I did. Now I'm just adding the flats to the tray, and I'm just allowing for some space between the flats just to get them baked nicely, because I will not be flipping the wings before the 30 minutes is up, which is what is the amount of time that is needed to actually bake these wings perfectly. So I'm just laying them out on the tray here right now guys, and my oven is on at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm now going to place them in the oven for 30 minutes. Then I'll move on to making the at-home version of my mango barbecue sauce. So I need 1 mango, my orange seasoning blend, a half cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of tomato ketchup, a piece of ginger, and 1 chili pepper. Now I'm just going to cut up the mango, the ginger, and the chili pepper before adding them to my blender. And guys, this is a section in which you are now in charge. So if you like a lot of ginger, you can go ahead add more ginger. If you like spicy barbecue sauce, you can go ahead and use more pepper. And guys, the mango I'm using, it reminds me of East Indian mango. Of course, use your favorite mangoes. And for the sugar, you'll actually you don't have to add the entire half cup at once. You can add a quarter of the half, a half of the half cup, which is a quarter cup first, and then you can go ahead and add the next quarter because you want to make it as sweet as you like it. Okay, remember guys, this is the at-home version of my mango barbecue sauce. Otherwise, I'd add a whole lot of other stuff to this. Now I'll be adding everything that I just chopped to my blender. That is the mango, the ginger, and the pepper. And guys, you want to ensure that for your mango it's very ripe. Of course, the riper the better. And as I said, you can use the mango of your choice. Now I'm going in with the 1 cup of tomato ketchup, and ensure that you get all that ketchup goodness into your blender. So just use a spatula or something to get all the ketchup from the container in which it was held. Of course guys, use your favorite brand of ketchup because to me not all ketchup tastes the same, so use your favorite brand. Now I'll be adding to this half of the sugar that I had. So I had a half cup of sugar, and I'm using a half cup of that half cup, which is a quarter cup of sugar first. Then I'll be adding to this 2 tablespoons of my orange seasoning blend. And then I'll just be covering this and start the blending process. I'll be blending for 5 minutes, and after the 5 minutes, this is what it looks like. Of course, I want it to be way smoother. If you have a more powerful blender, then you do not have to worry about this part. I'm sure after the 5 minutes for you, it will be nice and great. You see those little specks of ginger? I need it all blended out. So I'm giving this another 3 minutes basically. And I tasted it, so now I think it needs a little more sugar. So I'll be adding the next quarter cup of sugar to this, and I'll also be adding just basically 1/8 of a cup of water. I actually just rinsed out the tomato ketchup bottle. Of course guys, you can do that too. And I'm going to just blend this, and now look at this goodness. It's nice and ready. Look at this, it's smelling so good, the mango and the ginger guys. Now I'm going to prepare this for cooking. So in a pot over medium heat, I'll be adding my goodness to the pot. And guys, you want to ensure that you get all your sauce from your blender. So if you have to add a little water to your blender, give it a nice swirl to get everything out in your pot. You can go ahead and do that. So that's it for me, and I'm going to be stirring this consistently because I do not want my sauce to burn. You know, even though the pot is over medium to low heat, I still want to keep stirring this. And we'll be cooking this guys for only 5 minutes. You do not want to exceed 5 minutes. And of course, this step is 100% optional, because when you'll be adding this to your fish or your chicken or whatever meat you choose to add this to, remember that you either add it back to the pot or you add it back to the oven for an extra 5 minutes, so it will cooking that time. But I just want to cook this now. This is looking good, this is smelling good, and this is tasting so good. Of course, when you are there and you're stirring your pot, be sure to add a little to your hand or a little to your finger and taste it, so you can adjust the sweetness or anything as you go along. If you need this to be a little more spicy, add some paprika, add some any sort of powdered pepper that you have. Now guys, remember I had said this is mango barbecue sauce. So because the word barbecue is in it, I love when my barbecue sauces are brown. So you can choose to add either some browning or you can add some soy sauce. I'm giving you guys a close-up of this. Look at how good this looks, guys. I'm telling you, you should definitely try this because this is so good. Perfect. I'm telling you, perfect. And this is just the at-home version. If I had added all the other things I like adding to my sauces, even better, but this is still perfect. So now I'm going to use browning, and I'm just going to be adding 1 teaspoon of browning to this to get that nice dark color that I love. Guys, if you do not like the color that it's going to get out of this 1 teaspoon, do not add any more browning. A lot of browning in your food will make it bitter, so you can add some soy sauce, because soy sauce will not make your dish bitter. But this color is perfect. To me, this color is perfect right now. This is exactly what I want. So now I'll just give this like 2 more minutes on my over the heat. Then it will be nice and ready for my wings, which has about 5 minutes left in the oven. Okay, so from we see this nice bubble and thickness, we know it's ready. So I'm just going to leave this to cool a little until my wings are out of the oven and ready to be basted with this goodness. So after the 30 minutes, these are my wings, looking good, smelling good. Now I'm just going to fill this with sauce, and look at how soft this is right now. So good, guys, I'm telling you. So now I'm just going to use a pastry brush, dip it in my sauce, and I'm just going to be adding a lot of this sauce over my wings. I'm just going to be spreading it all over my wings. And because this sauce is just so good, guys, you can add as much as you want on your wings. And when you're serving your wings, you can have some of this sauce in a little bowl to even add more to your wings. So I'm adding, you can see that I'm adding a lot here, and I'm just going to flip them to get the sauce on both sides. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm just dipping my pastry brush in my sauce, and I'm just adding it to all the pieces of the wings, getting them nice and well coated. Then I'll be adding them back to the oven for an additional 5 minutes. Then I'll remove my wings. Look at this, guys, juicy, juicy. So after the additional 5 minutes, I went ahead and added some white sesame seeds just to give this a nice appeal. And look at this goodness, guys, my homemade mango barbecue wings, homemade sauce with just a few ingredients. I'm serving this with some mashed potatoes. So guys, if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, share this video, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on. Until next video.